y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm working on a primitive tomahawk. When I say primitive, not stone, metal, but the old style, the way the Native Americans would have made it had they had metal. They would not have drifted an eye in it and did all of that. So I have already cut a piece of steel out the way I wanted it, out of a piece of metal. And I have started grinding it, and I'm pretty close to being done grinding. So this is where I'm going to start the video, because basically I cut this out with a cutoff wheel. Very straightforward. There wasn't no need making y'all listen to all that grinding. So we are going to do a little bit just so that you can see how I done this. So I put the mic in so it would help with some of this sound and the fan too. This is how I'm grinding this. I clamped me a clamp here just so I could butt this up against it. And then I have flipped it around and so I am very close to an edge. And this took me a little while because this is fairly thick metal. So now what we're going to do is we're going to heat this up, quench it. I'm probably just going to quench about that much of that edge. And then I don't know about this back. It's going to be more of just decoration. I may do some more grinding. In fact, let me do a little bit of that now while you're watching. Very loud, a lot of racket. So y'all might have noticed I have added me a fluorescent light all the way across this workbench so that I can see. So one thing I am doing right now, let me check this. While I had the forge fired up, I took a scrap piece of that material that I used. It is actually a lawnmower blade. Every lawnmower blade is not equal. All metal is not equal. So I've quenched this in oil. As soon as it cools a little bit, I'm going to lay it on this anvil and I'm going to smack it with a hammer and see what happens. If it bends, then it's got to be quenched differently. If it snaps, we're good. Then I can put it in the toaster oven, let it run for a little while, and anneal it back down so it's not brittle hard. So while all of that stuff is cooling and getting ready, it is about to come up a storm, but I wanted to go and find the stick that I want for the handle. My dad cut down some cypress trees here not long ago, and I have cut a few pieces, blocks of wood. We need to run over there before it starts storming and cut us a block of wood. So let's run go do that. Alright, I got my little electric saw, and probably this little limb down here on the bottom is what I am looking for. These limbs right here will make excellent, so let me cut. And I'm gonna get all of it because I may make something else. So while I am here, I'm gonna cut a few more limbs because my dad will be burning this before two got off alone. So that way, if I want to make another one, I can. And there's probably a lot of good knife handles up in some of this. Get up in here and get us a few more here. All right, y'all, I got a pretty good arm load, a little limb here. We may come back and get some more eventually, but we're gonna stop for now. May need to sharpen my. So for just peeling, you want to turn your beveled edge on your draw knife down. Okay, so I'm running out of room. I need to back this camera up a little bit where y'all can get everything in frame. I try to get several different angles. Now, when you get to these knots, turn your beveled edge up and it'll cut deeper into cutting them. I hadn't used my draw knife in a while, so I'm probably out of practice. And it probably needs sharpening. I'll probably sand a lot of it smooth, but as far as just peeling and cleaning up, I like this. I was gonna go camp out tonight, go film a fishing video, but I don't like to just plan to go when it's storming because it's hard to film with your camera gear getting all wet. I'm a fair weather camper. You are too, don't lie to me. Now I got a lot I can be doing, other videos to film, all of this stuff I'm doing and wanting to do, so might as well do it. But with the bevel down, you don't cut into your wood as much. I need to run a sharpener of sorts over this a little bit. The thing about using a shave horse, now you get a lot of good kindling. I generally save it when I do. This thing has been hung up on the wall and the humidity is not its friend. Y'all, sounds like we got some pretty good storms rolling in. I got up and filmed a little. I had to delete a bunch of stuff off my phone. It decided it didn't want to record anymore. Now I'll probably take and put this, y'all, for me on the belt grinder and do a little cleaning up on it. And I don't know which section I use. It's got a crook in it, but sometimes I like that. Depends on how things feel. We're going to try to decorate this up some. And I will admit, y'all, this thing is not as hard a steel as I was hoping for when I tested it. With that being said, we're still going to move forward with it. And the reason is it's going to be practice for me. I done ground on it, and we're going to put it together. It's going to be more of an ornamental decoration type deal anyway. And I may use it for a throwing hawk. And it is plenty hard for what I'm wanting to do with it, really and truly. It's as hard or harder than a railroad spike hatchet. And I could probably water quench it and make it even harder. And we may do that. We'll just have to see. It's gonna come up a cloud, started raining. I turned the weather channel on, they got, that's Pennsylvania's under warnings, that ain't us. Maybe they got the Philadelphia's mixed up. This is a 36 grit belt, no, 80 grit. Yeah, 80 grit belt. And I am using it to smooth up rough knots. I'll finish getting this sanded up, and then we'll put a finer grit on here. And I know that light is bright. Still got enough for a knife handle. What y'all can hear or can't hear. I'm gonna tell y'all it's coming down. the time I got out here and decided I wanted a video, it come up a storm. That's just what happened. But I'm going to trudge on my endeavor to build what I'm building. I am just opening this up a little bit. About perfectly. Oh. I have sanded it. It has about quit flooding. I went ahead and sanded it. I've been polishing on my blade a little bit. Let's see. This is espresso. It is very, very dark. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like on this Cypress. I think I'm going to like it. I like a dark, on wood, I like it dark grain. It helps me get a better price on my nuts. Give it a try. Go to singlecare.com and start saving today. Welcome to the new school year, parents. Who has it back? Good thing you can order it all in one tap, eh? Walmart's got it all. We're going to see. So what I'm going to do is put pins in this head and epoxy it. And then we're going to wrap it. So I want to put 2 pins in it. Try to get up here and do this a little bit smarter than what I was doing. And I hope my arm is not complete. Let me move. My arm was going to be right in your way. I'm mixing up my epoxy here. Find me a mixing stick. And I probably got way more than I need, but I want to bed this very solidly. Let me sand these ends off a little bit. is what? All right, I've got it wrapped and tied off about like I want, so the epoxy and the pins are gonna hold that into place. The sinew is more of a decoration, so I'm gonna clamp this over here in this vise and just let it dry, let it cure, and then we'll pick up the video later and look at it, see what we think about it. So I tied a couple of feathers on here. I think I've got this. I let it cure last night, and I just simply wrapped them feathers and tied them on there. I'll probably do a better job on the next one I do, but y'all, so far I'm happy with this. You turn y'all around this way where you can see in the light. I'm just gonna probably play with this some, but I think it's cool. I mean, it's more for decoration than it is actual using, but I got a block of wood right there, and them feathers, so it will work. I'm afraid, but now when I'm coming down, the feathers, see, it'll stick in that wood pretty easy. So you could cut and do and scalp whatever you needed to do with this, and it would work, but probably not gonna just do bushcrafting with it. It is more for decoration, but I like it. So thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Remember, the best way to do things, the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.